I'm more of a family type of person, so I like to do things together amongst people, the community. You know, you watch a lot of movies about it, but when you grow up and become an adult, you actually realize things aren't like that, that things are totally different from what you learned from movies. And you're like, oh, that doesn't fit my story. You know, that doesn't fit my story at all. And then, you know, it doesn't show too many people's struggles, real struggles. You know, it's just showing the good parts. My goal is to first have a good area and community that, you know, loves my children just as much as me, help me, you know, get the good resources, schools, supplies. Because today, you know, we're in this area, in the East End area, and, you know, my daughter's school, for instance, has trouble with supplies. And they ask their parents for supplies, but if we living in an area of poverty, how can we help the school when the community is still struggling, you know? I mean, we do the best that we can because we all want a good education for our children, but it's just hard. So that's like a number one thing that I try to instill into my children, as well as promote myself, because I'm still in college. I'm going to Reynolds. So I feel like your children do follow what they see. So if I'm in school, they will pick up that, okay, well, this is a good thing, and this is, you know, what my mother instilled in me, and this is how she's getting as far as she is. When I was growing up, I remember saying when I was younger that I always wanted to be a lawyer. And from that perspective, I always wanted to be a lawyer, but I really didn't understand what a lawyer was. I just understood that they were supposed to care about their people. And I love anything that cares about, you know, the community. I'm more of a people person. Even now I'm going to school for human services, so I want to do more outreach work instead of be behind the desk and, you know, just try to figure a person out from paper. I want to actually interact. But when I was younger, I thought it was an American dream, but growing up, I've been through a lot, like abuse, to where, you know, my life ended up venturing off to where I used to think, is this what it is? Like, this is in the movies? Is this what it is? As a child, I was forced to mature early. As I got older, I was like, you gotta sit up here and do all of this work and still probably not accomplish getting the job that you plan on getting as an adult. It's not really a stepping stone, like a process. Because when you come up in poverty, you cannot take the same route as someone who has. You have to make a lot of sacrifices, whether that's leaving family, whether that's, you know, staying out of college until you could collect the money or find the correct resources to go to school, which is what's beneficial to me right now. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have been able to excel. Like, I've always, through my situation, I never let my situation determine where I wanted to go. Like I said, I was growing up in so much, you know, disruption and commotion, even outside of home, that could have turned my whole decision of trying to still go after my dream. I wouldn't call it an American dream, I would just call it my dream, because I can only speak from my perspective. To me, what I want my future to look like, I want to basically help my family get out of poverty, whether it's starting with my generation and the next generation, to instill values of education and security and loving your family members and community, you know, to really take pride in what you do to bring each other together. I don't want my children to really indulge in no negativity. I want them to realize when there's negativity around or when there's downfalls, or like they say, you know, the devil's working. I want them to know to ignore those signs and to keep it moving. You know, my dream is to get them out of poverty, to get them a good education, as well as finally getting them, you know, some resources or even land in a house that I could leave to them before I leave this earth. I plan on, you know, raising a successful family and to keep it growing, and I will be the one breaking the cycle.